People, we are back.
We're just trying to keep that vibe rolling, y'all. Sunshine Creations says, hi, guys. G. Albert is in this space. Seesaw Studio says, what's up, everybody? Sherry Campbell says, let's go. Kanique's over on Facebook.
Yes, I am.
And she's seeing some people
I'm
watching.
seeing some people
Lisa
watching.
Smith, I see you.
Come on, say hi, everybody. Say hi in the chat.
Come on, you can't hide. We can see you.
We can see you.
We can see you. 8 of you guys hanging out with us on the live, and we are just getting started. Listen, get settled in on the couch. Get in. Oh, I see you, Lisa. Get settled in on the couch. Incubators Couch, unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners just like you. And that's our little slogan that we like to say. And we're gonna dive right in because we got a hot one.
We got some ranting to do. We got some venting to do.
We got some venting to do. Oh, Julian B is in the house.
Julian.
What's going on, Julian? Over on LinkedIn, I see Robin Reeves is with us saying hello, beautiful couple. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, somebody in the comments need to ask us about the T-shirt. That's a whole other thing. But we gonna rant because we upset and we angry. We want to get this rant out right now. Let's go. Man, I'm telling you, we are ready for this rant today. Listen, go ahead and tag somebody in the comments.
Yes, tag somebody, share it with somebody because they need this rant.
Yes,
we need it.
Yes, so we're gonna set this thing up the way we did during our promo week. Some of you didn't attend the promo week, you see, so you're not even sure what we're coming up with right now.
What's going on?
There's a phrase that says, "You might be a ClientZilla if." ... Now, what would you put in that blank?
Yes, like, go ahead, put that in the chat.
If somebody was trying to figure out, am I a ClientZilla? Am I a terrible client? What would be some of the attributes, right, that you would put in that joint? Robin Reeves says, oh my, oh my. Domino Entertainment says, yes, sir. Thank you so much for being in the building, sir. We appreciate you coming through. You might be a ClientZilla. If
do you want to start?
I listen. I'm trying to stall because I want
people to start putting it in the chat. I want them to start. Okay, fine.
I want the keyboard warriors
start putting some stuff in the chat.
You might be a ClientZilla if you might be a ClientZilla if you came up with the idea on a whim. You're still fleshing out what you want. You're changing the project parameters while your service provider is already at work, and you need it next week. Oh my goodness! You need it next week. Oh my goodness! Intimidation,
unnecessary press. Yes.
Listen, unnecessary pressure.
Oh my goodness!
You need it next week. What? This was a year or two ago. So I have to preface by saying this was a year or two ago. Did I say that this was a year or two ago?
Yes, a year or two ago.
Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody did this last week and I don't want them to think I'm talking about them. but what I'm talking about is from a year or so ago. And the person hit me up, was like, yo, I've got this live show project. I need a producer for it. I was told you're the guy. I just watched some of your content. And I'm like, yo, this is the guy for real. Dude, how can we work together? I was like, man, I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's get a discovery call on the books. Send him the link for the discovery call. Dude looks at the calendar for the discovery call. And his response back to me was, your earliest discovery call appointment is after when I want to do the show. And I'm looking at my calendar like, there's a appointment on there for later this week. So I was like, when do you want to do the show? He's like, oh, Wednesday.
Oh, no, sir. Oh, no.
When you...
No.
You might be a ClientZilla if look, Julian B, come on, Julian. If you don't stick to the parameters you gave,
we got to show some of these comments on the screen
this is where,
so other people can see.
This is where we need to.
Yes,
we need to
yes.
be.
Oh my goodness, you might be a ClientZilla if
you might be a ClientZilla.
The first thing you ask for when I get on the phone with you is, so do you guys do like a discount? Like, what is your discount?
Nah.
What's your discounted rate?
Nah.
Like, no.
Look. Albert says, if you have 3 years experience and you try to act like you have your 10 years experience.
Goodness. Yes.
That's a big one, Albert.
That's a big one, Albert.
And then Seesaw is like, you might be exact ClientZilla if you don't read the email. Come on and talk about it. Y'all know.
Literally just today, I'm telling Kirk, like, I sent this email to so-and-so.
Damn.
They screenshot my email to me to say so-and-so is not working. Go back to that screenshot and read it. And if you read it,
my guy,
you would know what to do.
If you,
like, you trying to school me?
Just pump brakes. Pump brakes. Time out. Stick a pin. Did you read the email?
Did you read the email?
The
No,
one
you
that you
did not.
screenshot and sent back to me?
You did not read it.
Did you actually read it?
No,
though?
you didn't.
You might be a ClientZilla if you want Pinterest ideas for dollar store prices. Listen, that one ain't never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old. Seesaw Studios. I love that joint.
Oh my goodness.
I love that
goodness.
joint.
I just want to give a shout out to Lisa Smith. She is tagging people in the chat, man.
Listen, Lisa Smith is doing her good work today. We appreciate you.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Yes. Do all of the tagging. Hey, 12 of y'all on the live. Let me tell you another one, okay?
We got so many we got to pick.
You might be a ClientZilla if you're asking about deliverables before setting up payment.
Wait.
You think I can get that flyer tomorrow? You haven't actually given me the deposit. Yeah, but do you think I could get the flyer tomorrow?
Man, we are on the same page because I literally wrote, you are hounding the business owner for a service or project. Then when it's time to pay, you dragging your feet.
Fam, you
like
dragging
pay
your feet.
that joint.
You dragging your feet. What's going on? Listen.
You were hounding me.
And you were hounding me. Listen. Here's another one. We're trying to get into the resource of the week because if we stay here, it might be the whole show. I know it's going to be a little bit. Here's another one. You might be a ClientZilla if you're hiding from the service provider. Like, fam.
That's hilarious.
If you're hiding. You're a ClientZilla. No, real talk. Let's just stop joking right now. If you are actively hiding from somebody who is in the midst of working on a project for you, if you're hiding from them, you're a ClientZilla. I'm blinking right now because I hope that my ClientZilla is hearing me. Because I can't find you, yo.
I can't find you, yo.
I'm pressing 1. I'm pressing 2. I sent the DM. I did phone call, voicemail, email, text message.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? I sent a DM on Twitter, on Snapchat. Anybody use Snapchat? I use a DM and send a DM on LinkedIn.
We call your mama.
Listen, I call your next of kin. I can't find you. If you are actively hiding,
you are a client.
You are a client. Sunshine says, "Do we have the same clients?"
We just might.
We might. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yep. They go ghost. Go ghost. It's crazy.
Yo,
crazy.
Brian. They go ghost. They go like, what happened? What happened to him? Okay. Julian came through. Julian says, Robin Reed came with the stars. Yeah. Julian says, you might be a ClientZilla if you conveniently forget the fee for the service provided and try to pay something else more than once. Oh, my word. Oh, my word.
Oh, my goodness.
Here, G. Albert says, I'm here on the iCouch. You're on the couch. Listen, this is a therapy session.
It really
is. This is where we get to vent.
Is.
This is where we get to talk about these things. This space has been created specifically for us to do this.
Yes, because we need it.
And if clients stumble upon the space and start to okay, carry the two. Wait a minute, they're talking about me.
That's me.
Yeah, let's hold up. That's me. That's okay. It's okay because you can go and change your ways.
Yes,
you can go and be a better client tomorrow. You know, if the client facts don't
never
come
comes
back.
to fruition.
if the client reports thing takes off, now it's a whole
then
different
you
story.
might not get
because
business.
OMG Julia, that happened to me last year. Sunshine
wow,
says, you see
really?
what I'm talking about? Folks go ghost.
That's not okay.
Folks go ghost.
That's not okay.
This thing is crazy. Let me tell you something. This is a phenomenal segue. Where are we at with time? This is a phenomenal segue because this product, our resource of the week, is one of the ways that I have been able to clamp down on some of my ClientZillas.
Oh, yes.
Because I was providing flyers and I was providing promo videos and intros and stuff like that for their review, but I had no way of stopping them from using it ahead of time for payment. And actually, that's not even wasn't my issue. My main issue was they were getting multiple versions. So what I would say to them is, it says my mic is going in and out.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. Which mic? Which mic?
Mine or Kirk's?
Thank you so much, Kerwin Bornell. We appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Test.
Can you hear me?
Test. I don't know. All right. But
you let us know.
But listen, we're gonna work it out here in just a second. I hope that you guys can hear us. I really do hope that you can hear us, because that would be bad. Mike is fine for me. Brian Clark says Mike is good. Lisa Smith says okay.
Thank you.
I don't know, Kerwin. It was doing something earlier, so that's why I immediately started to kind of fiddle with the cable. I don't know. Maybe I have a short. But thank you so much for letting us know.
Thank you.
If it does cut out again, please feel free to let us know. But
continue.
Yeah. So this product that we're going to showcase in this resource of the week is something that has helped me to really kind of fine tune my process and make sure that the deliverable is not used until it is approved. So you get 3 revisions, and then now when you approve it, you can download it.
Yep.
But if you approve it, if you want it revised after approval, you got to pay for that. You see? So that thing helped me. It helped me.
But yeah, let's get into that resource of the week. Let's get into it.
Resource of the week. All right. You can see it on the screen right now. What we have on there is a product called Frame.io. Hold up. Before we dive in, I saw Sunshine.
She just put a comment
Sunshine,
in the chat.
Sunshine just put a comment in. Let's get this comment here. Sent them an invoice. They paid less. I didn't set up a split payment.
What?
I was livid. Don't blame me. They went outside of my invoice system.
Are you
no? That's a ClientZilla.
On Cash App?
Oh, that's a ClientZilla.
That's a ClientZilla.
Yeah.
No.
This is where you need the Jurassic Park, tour bus. And
I know, right?
To your left, you have a specific species of ClientZilla.
Yes, that is ridiculous.
No, that's ridiculous, Sunshine.
That's ridiculous.
That is absolute
unacceptable.
nonsense. That is unacceptable.
No.
And I'm telling you, Sunshine, this platform, Frame.io, kind of really helped me to fine tune some of my processes, because folks were walking away with stuff, but here now, so like, oh my. So this product, Frame.io, is for collaborative video work. So my video editors, who most actually don't reside in this country, I'm able to work with them in this platform. So we upload the content there. They're able to put the video there for me to review and give them feedback and edits and tweaks, so that when I'm ready, I can share that link with the client. It's absolutely phenomenal. Same thing for graphics as well.
Yeah, what's really good is they can click wherever on the graphic, the video, whatever point, and write a comment, so you know exactly where they're talking about, which is really cool.
No. In all seriousness, what Kanique is saying is on screen.
Yeah.
That's the arrows and stuff right there.
It's way too small. I can't read that.
Yeah, it's real small for us, but it shouldn't be for you guys. But it's got the arrow, the blue arrow, the green arrow, the red circle.
Yeah, because you can draw on there as well to show exactly what you want to say.
I want this changed.
It's really cool.
Brighten this up. You have all those options in the platform, and so you can actually collaboratively work with your team.
Yes.
But you can also collaboratively work with your client. And you know, it is going to require a learning curve. I'll just say that at the outset, because I have some clients who are just like texting me their feedback, even though they went into the system to see the picture,
the video or the video,
yeah, and they're now texting me the feedback. And it's like, okay, I'll put this in frame for you, so that you know, we're communicating back and forth with the actual editors and designers. But it's a great product. And what I love is that you can actually put a watermark on it if you have the higher paid tier version.
So people can't just run away with your product.
Because I had it. I didn't use the watermark for a while, and somebody actually screenshot. They couldn't download it. They screenshot the joint and ran off with the joint. Oh my God! It was just madness. You know,
that's terrible.
But no, you can put a watermark on there. Number one, number two, you can set it to where it's downloadable. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Please don't junk my text messages. Yes. Come on, Brian Clark, you're with me. Yeah. Yes. Sunshine says, thanks, I'll check it out. It's been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to show one more
screen.
One more screen on it. Let me go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it right there. So this is, it's kind of just talking about some of the collaborative features of the platform that you can use. Hey, what's going on? I see what you say. Listen. So Sunshine says, stop it. No, somebody screenshot the joint and used it.
Yes, they did.
They used it. I created a flyer for a program, and they had not approved it yet. So I had not changed it to where it was downloadable. So but they needed it. And so they actually screenshot the joint and used it as a screen.
Like, that ain't.
Okay. My God. Greetings to you, Gary Jones. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us on the live tonight. Always a pleasure to have our regulars come through and hang out. 11 of you guys on the live tonight, man. Listen, this is the resource of the week. We've already talked about you might be a ClientZilla but then we also have somebody on the couch.
Yes, we have someone on the couch with a very... it's a story that's going to get under your skin. Like
this one right here. Ooh, trigger.
So I hope you are ready. Get situated on the couch. Get in there.
Yes.
We're about to go in on this story.
Listen. We're going to play her Spotlight.
Yes, her Spotlight first.
Incubator Spotlight, which is spotlighting her business, 57 North Hampton. So we're going to watch that, and then we're going to dive into our interview next.
Mental health affects how we think, feel, and act as we cope with life. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. It's important at every stage of life. 57 North Hampton is an Alabama-based organization that works to provide mental health therapy to those without access, utilizing fun and engaging ways to teach healthy coping strategies. 57 North Hampton is home to Adult Coloring Night, the Work It Out class, Mental Health First Aid, and the Love Hunt. For more information, visit 57northampton.com. Together, we can cope, learn, and thrive.
Man, I absolutely love that video.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That was good.
Man, for those that aren't familiar with the Kanique and I and composition, we are in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes.
It's just 20 minutes south of the Tennessee border. So we're in the Tennessee Valley. And let me tell you, the Love Hunt is national.
Yes,
I mean, it is national. So we're excited to have our guest today, Janna Petersen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Excited to have you with us. So many different things that you got going on. We're gonna start right with the Love Hunt. Give us a little bit about that. And
and we're lucky. I've been talking to people about this for like the past 3 months.
Oh,
so I got my still locked and loaded. Yes.
So fresh.
So the Love Hunt, it's actually this year it's going to be a week-long county-wide scavenger hunt. It's going to be county-wide this year because we really want to make sure that we saturate this market.
Yeah.
And so, but we designed it to be a tour of the mental health resources that are here in Madison County.
Oh, okay.
And so we're going to be dropping a map. It's going to be available on lovehunt.live.
Lovehunt.live. Okay, we're going to put that in the description, y'all.
Yes, we will.
Awesome. And it's going to come available on midnight, May 21st, because that's when the hunt starts.
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to go all around town. We'll have QR codes in these different businesses. You scan those, you get points. So it's literally every mental health resource that you visit is, you know, a certain point percentage. And we also have different businesses participating where people can actually try their hand at different coping strategies. So, you know, you can do pottery, you can go to botanical gardens, you can, you know, exercise, you know, so there's all these different things. So it's not just encouraging talk therapy, but we're also encouraging, like, just find healthy ways that you can cope. And the reason for that is because we know that there's so many barriers to that, like talk therapy, from the stigma to the availability to finances. And so we want to make sure, even if you're not, you know, at a place where you're ready to talk to a therapist, we want to make sure that you have some tools in your toolbox that you can take care of yourself.
That's awesome. Really good.
So we're really,
you know, this resonates with us here at the Incubators Couch, because we hope to be part of your strategy, right? She mentioned, like, the mental health is not just sitting on the couch and talking with a professional about your issues or about whatever it is that's going on, so you can kind of work some of those things out and get some, you know, some structured feedback, but it's also about doing things that kind of pour back in. And we hope that this can be a place where business professionals, entrepreneurs, you know, whoever, you know, anybody that has a client can come and share some of their stories. And she's got some, like, let me tell y'all, we're excited about that. But you come, you share your stories. Of course, our guests will share their story, but also we want you to share your stories in the comment section as well. But man, let's dig right in. Let's dig right in. We'll kind of promo some things for the Love Hunt at the end of our chat. But you know, we've heard a little bit about 57 North Hampton, a little bit about you, and of course some of the things you got going on. Really, really recent. Like everything you just shared is like happening right now. Yeah. But you know what we are asking everyone to do is to come and share a story. Share an experience, share something that you have learned from, something that we feel the audience will not only resonate with, but be able to, you know, when you find yourself shaking your head while somebody's telling a story, because you know, like, oh my gosh, I've been there, I've been there. That's exactly what we want this kind of experience to be. So,
I guess the floor is mine.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Where do I begin? At the beginning, I guess. So outside of all of the mental health advocacy and all of that I do, in the past, in a different life, I was a professional illustrator. So I would do, you know, illustrating primarily children's books, but, you know, book covers, logos, things like that.
Nice.
And so, so there was someone that I was working with in a completely different capacity. And they heard that I did illustrating, and they were like, oh, you know, I'm working on this children's book, and you know, I've seen your work and I would love to work with you. And so, you know,
that's like the telltale sign. I've seen
right?
your work. I'd love to work with you.
Kinda,
Kanique said the same thing.
And you know, I didn't realize it was a red flag until I had to go back after all of this and do a postmortem.
That's good.
That's good. That's it.
That's when I was like, that was a red flag
right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, this person, you know, I saw your work. I would love to work with you. And what I like to do, and Kanique, you've done this, you know, working with you, is like, well, we're gonna meet beforehand. I'm gonna take you through everything.
Let's go through the whole process.
The whole from start to finish. And so that you can, you know, I'm gonna let you know this is how long it will take if we do things this way. If we do it this way, it'll take this long. And you know, I'm not painting a rose-colored picture. I'm giving you
this is
fact.
it.
This is
where the brass tacks.
You know, if anything, I'm gonna give you a longer timeline so that we can pad it just in case. You know, and so I'm really gonna give you the real in terms of pricing, all of this.
Oh wow.
So, you know, we talked. I took her through, I have a couple styles of illustrating. I took her through all of those. I was like, this is how much each one costs. This is what you can choose from. All of that. We had maybe 3 or 4 meetings, in-person meetings, which I mean, we're now, you know, pandemic, so, you know, but these are in person while I'm driving to see her, and, you know, and bringing my portfolio each time. And my second red flag was after we had worked together for a while, or we had been in discussion for a while, and she had gotten me emotionally connected to her project. And so I felt
that is such a really good term. Emotionally connected to the project.
Because
at that point, invested.
Because you're literally driving out to meet with her about this project. Yeah, you're gonna get connected.
You're gonna be connected.
Yeah, and you're telling me this is the impact you want to have. This is the reason why you're writing this book. And so I was like, oh, I got to see this happen.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And so my second red flag, well, I guess the first one was when I have to have all of these meetings typically, you know, but the third one, let's call it the third one, was after we'd had these couple meetings, she says, I want you to illustrate in this style. A completely different style.
Not one of the ones.
Not one of the ones. And I have like 3 different illustration styles from like cartooning to like hyper realistic. And so she wanted me to choose a different, or to go in a different style. And I was like, I'm not comfortable with using this style because it's not something I'm familiar with. I don't feel that I can offer the same quality.
Bring myself.
You know, not only that, but she showed me an illustration. So I was like, so this is actually another artist's style that you're asking me to copy. And I just don't feel comfortable, you know? And she once again was like, oh, well, this is why, and this is the connection I have, and all of it. And I just was like, okay.
And I really want to work with you.
Yeah,
That's how she's reeling you in.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. These are
You're the only one that I want to work with.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
they get you.
That's how they get you.
Listen.
It's a trap.
It's not a compliment. It's not a compliment.
It's not.
Oh my gosh.
It's not. You have to know who you are when you go into these stages. You have to know who you are, what you're going to do, what you're not going to do.
Yes.
And no one had ever approached me and asked me to do a different style. So I was not prepared.
Yeah.
You know.
I get it.
So admittedly, the style was actually easier than some of the stuff that I do.
Okay.
But I also, like I said, I just didn't feel comfortable. But eventually I was like, okay, it's easier. It should
maybe
be fine.
I can do this.
Yeah, maybe I can do this. Sure, we'll get started.
That's another red flag, because you've got to listen to yourself. We talked about this, right?
That
You've
gut.
got to.
You can't
you
mute
have
that
to be
gut.
honest with yourself. Yeah.
So I start working with her, and the way we do it, because I've also been an executive director this entire time, and so the illustrating is something that is kind of on the side. You know, it's where I make a lot of my money, but it's on the side. And so I'm like, you can either pay me up front or you can pay me per illustration. She chose the per illustration route. So I'm like, now that's fine, but this means the timeline is based on you. When you give me the money, you will get the next illustration, so on and so forth. Whereas you pay me up front, you'll get everything in whatever time frame that I set.
Right.
So she decided to go the per illustration route.
Mercy.
And so she gave me the first payment. I cranked out the first draft for her, so that came with a draft. Then you give me your feedback, and then I give you the final product. And so we did maybe 2 or 3 illustrations that way. Everything was fine at first. Then there was, she called me. I was so it's coming to December of maybe 2018, 2019, I can't remember. But I'm on vacation, and I told her, I'm like, I'm not going to be working while I'm, but she called me several times. I remember I was actually at my friend's house, I was with my goddaughters in Milwaukee. I'm like deep in vacation. We're watching movies, we're eating candy, and she's calling me, and so I'm like, okay, give me 1 second. She's called me like 3 times. Something's wrong, and so she asked me, she just starts saying, this is wrong. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And then one thing she said that the girl in the illustration, she's a little girl. She's supposed to be 8 years old. I don't understand why you want to have her wearing a pink dress. And I said, and at that point I looked, I was like, are we looking at the same? She's wearing a pink dress. And so I said, are you looking at the same illustration? And at that point she was like, oh, I don't know. And so I asked her, I was like, are you looking? And she never responded to whether or not she was looking at the illustration. So I'm, to this day, I don't know. I was like, are you looking at it in black and white? Like, what are you?
What in the world?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't. But that was a huge complaint.
But this is the third.
This is on. Yes. By the time we're at the third illustration, this little girl has been in
That's
all
what
3
I'm
illustrations.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yeah,
now you're
this is-
complaining that the dress isn't pink, but the dress has been pink in all 3 illustrations.
So what are you looking at?
Yeah, so I was like I said, I never got clarification
On
on
what that, yeah.
right, whether you weren't looking at it at all, and you were just complaining,
Mercy.
whether you were looking at it in black and white, whether there was something wrong with your
Yeah,
computer?
like what's going on?
Maybe you're going
Yes.
colorblind. Go see
Maybe
a doctor. Go see a doctor. That's
between you and Jesus. That's not on me.
You
You know? And so we, you know, I told her that, and I was like, everything's good. And then after that, she's like, okay, well, we can get started. But she didn't pay me again for, I don't know how long. It was maybe several months, which is fine though, because I'm like, I'm going on your timeline.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we're going to fast forward now to 2020. So we're in the pandemic now. So it's been, I started, that's the longest I've ever worked with a client.
Oh my gosh.
Because I contracted this client in 2018.
You have got to be kidding
We
me.
are now in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So she texted me or called me or one or the other, and I missed the call. And I didn't think, like, there was a lot going on in 2020.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, I did not call her back, which is not something that I typically do, but I didn't call her back.
It happens.
So yeah,
It does.
Yeah. So maybe a couple months after that, I think it was in May of 2020, she emailed me this long email. She's like, I don't understand. You know, I'm writing to get clarification because at this point, I'm really disappointed in our interactions. And, you know, I call, I email, I text, I get no response. And so I went through everything, all of our communications. And I was like, you know, I see that I missed one call from you and I apologize. But I was like,
what other?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, I've gotten
One call.
voicemails that I've responded
Yeah.
to. I've responded to every text
Yeah.
message,
Yeah.
every email.
Yeah.
I've
She's trying
responded.
to find a way out.
Yeah.
Clients
She's
need
trying
to
to
do
find a way out.
clients need
And
to do
she's
better,
trying to
y'all.
blame.
That's what I don't
Come on,
understand
stop
why we
it.
have to get into this blame game. I don't know why it has to be such a
Yeah.
massive escalation where it's like I do all this and I get no response. Well, hold on.
Right.
You
Wait
maybe
a
had that
minute.
once.
Yeah.
That
But
one
that's
time.
not how I operate.
Yeah.
And see, this is the kind of thing that people will leave in a review.
Yes, they will.
Exactly.
And,
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, but did you really though?
Right.
So
You
I'm
know?
yeah.
And then as a business owner, I'm the one that has to hashtag and all this, you know.
You,
But
you got to take the high road.
You're right.
When you want to flame them up.
Which is
I'm
not
telling
fair.
you. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you.
gosh.
I'm telling you.
Right. It's like I want to take these gloves off.
I know,
you know?
right?
But yeah, so she wrote me and so I wrote her back and I said, you know, I apologize for missing this call, but this is the last time you text and I responded. This is the last time you emailed. I responded. And I was saying, like, you know, I apologize. What would you like to do? Are you ready to pay and move forward? Like, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Yeah. And so she was basically just, you know, saying she wanted to complain. That was pretty much it. And so I was like, okay, I'm sorry. What do you want to do?
She just
Right.
wants to
Just wants to
complain.
complain.
Yeah, because when I asked her, I was
Never
like,
heard that one.
so I was like, are you ready to get this project moving again? And she basically says, not right now, but I'll pay you in like 2 weeks. Mind you, I hadn't heard from her at this point, maybe for like 5 months. So I was like, so you really just came to complain?
Yeah, you really did.
There was nothing happening.
Because you're not trying to move forward.
Yeah.
You're not trying to
Nothing
end it.
urgent.
You're not. You don't
What
want
is going
anything.
on?
Right. So I'm like, you want to get started? Yes, I'll pay you in 2 weeks.
Nah.
So I reach out to her in 2 weeks, and I'm like, hey, because another thing she was complaining about was the fact that I wasn't on her to pay me.
Wait.
And I
pause. No. No.
What?
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
Your project, your timeline.
That's
you
what I-
need to be reaching out
You
to
know,
me.
when I start using my hands, like, that's
No,
what I'm
no,
saying.
no.
No, at the end of I'm supposed to hound you for payment?
No.
Right. I'm like, I
That's
told you
not a
this is
thing.
my side job. I told you that when we got started, you know?
This is somebody that you already know. You see that? There's
Yes,
a
and I've
challenge.
been working
y'all.
with her
There's a challenge.
maybe from 2015 on just other
Yeah,
projects.
yeah.
So like I said, I had this level of respect and this kind of, because I don't know if I mentioned, but she's like older than me, and
Okay,
you know, so
okay.
it's like I really want to be respectful and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
So
This is a whole thing in business as well. When you're younger,
yes,
It's rough.
it is,
Yes.
yeah, and
that's
people,
the whole thing. Because people, you know,
people take advantage.
No,
and
They really do.
we're not doing that.
And like the one I vented about, she was older.
Yeah.
So I had a level
I'm
of respect
telling
for
you.
her. I don't know if I do now. But go ahead.
Right, I'm like, man, not anymore.
No.
And I'm not saying it's all older people. Of
No,
course, but-
Yes.
but
no,
yeah,
we're not
yes.
lumping them all
No,
in.
no.
Yeah,
but we
but-
totally get. I'm totally tracking with what you're
Yeah,
saying. It's
yeah.
there's
So-
something. There's a dynamic there
Yes.
that can be taken advantage of
Yes.
if we are not careful. So
That's true.
if you are younger, I kind of find myself middle of the road, and most people kind of look at me and they just kind of feel like we're on the same level, even though I may be way younger or older. But from anybody else that's out there that has that component in their business where people see you and they know you're younger
Yeah.
and they tend to take advantage of it, that want to give you advice, quote unquote advice. Like I had a guy try to give me a template for an invoice and I was like, here's my invoice, digital and paper copy. What are you talking
Period.
about?
Breaks, please.
What?
Whatever. You gotta be kidding
Here's
me.
a template for I've been in business.
Right. Do you?
Hold up. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the story.
Sorry,
There's a whole detour right here.
No, I'm telling you, like, we could go down a
No, we can't.
Here, we can't. So, yeah, so we finally get started again. So I reach out to her after 2 weeks and I'm like, hey, you wanted to get started.
Yes.
This is not something I typically do, but where's my money?
Where's my money?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she tells me like there's stuff going on with her family, all this kind of, whatever's going on. I'm like, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I am not the one rushing.
Right.
What?
And I mean, so I'm like, she's like, I'm working on it. I'll get you this money by this time. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So she sends it to me maybe like 3 days after she said she was going to send it to me the second time. So I get started. I send her another illustration. And then it stops being about the illustrations at all. Then she's like, okay, how much more do I owe you to get this done? And so I give her the I tell her the balance, which is something, that I've put on every invoice, so I just say it to her. I'm like, this is how much it's going to be. And she's going back and forth. She's like, okay, we'll take this off. I don't want this. Can you change this?
No.
I mean, this is stuff that we had nailed down in 2018.
No, we can't. I can't take any of that off.
That she wants to change. And so I'm just like, okay, we'll take this off. We'll do this. And the back and forth, we were going back and forth via email. Cause at this point I'm like, I'm not getting on the phone with you. I will text and I will email because I want everything in writing,
Yes.
And so we're going back and forth.
I hope y'all heard that one.
Yes, because I'm like, you can't be trusted.
No.
Nope.
As soon as you get into that mode,
yes.
please email me.
Please email me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then, the attitude that you have,
Yes.
you can,
have that.
please
Yeah.
refer to my previous
Yes.
email.
Yes.
So we're going back and forth. And in that process, I got so flustered. At one point, I gave her a wrong quote. So instead of, saying you owe me maybe like 3,000, I was like, you owe me like 2,000 something. And it just in the going back and forth, I lost track and I messed up.
And that happens.
Yes.
That
and
happens.
so we're going back and forth. And I told her, I was like, hey, I messed this up. But we're going to leave that alone. So let's say I said,
I get that.
So I was like, it was maybe supposed to be 2,000. I accidentally said 1,700. I'm like, we're going to leave it at 1,700.
Right.
So we're cause I want to get you out the door. I want to be done.
I want to be done.
So
now.
after that, she takes off like 3 more illustrations. And I'm like, okay, so I give her another quote. That's, it's the quote for the normal. So it wasn't 1,700, but it was like the normal quote.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And now she's calculating for my mistake. So where I had said, let's say I have like 5 illustrations, they're 500 each. That means they're going to be 2,500. Now, because I said, okay, I'll give you 5 illustrations for 1,700. Now she does the division on that.
For the 3 that you want.
So she's like, so instead of these 3 illustrations being 500 each, now they're supposed to be 250 each. And this is what I'm going to pay.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and then she says, it's because of a mistake you made that da-da-da-da-da. And I'm telling her, I was like, this was something we were both keeping track of.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that should be responsible.
You're trying to take advantage now.
And I mean,
because she knows what the cost is. She does.
But at the end of the day, you can decide not to do anything.
So okay. Oh, that's what you want to pay? Well,
I'm glad you found somebody that can do that.
Listen, because I'm like, these were already like super like.
I was getting ready to say those are not normal numbers.
I mean, and that's not 500. That was just an example.
Yes.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it.
But I'm like, I wasn't gutting her to begin with, you know. So like I said, we're going back and forth, and we just could not come to an agreement. Yeah. And so, and she's telling me like, you made a mistake. This has been one of the worst, experiences I've ever had. And of course I'm trying to be professional. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way. These are your options.
Moving on.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so I'm telling her, I was like, this is how much you owe.
Yeah.
Period. I was like, we're not going to do a payment plan anymore.
No.
You pay me all of this up front. I'll give you all of this. You'll have it within the week. Because they were actually already done. Most of the illustrations were already done. I was just waiting on her.
And that's how we work. Yeah.
And so I'm like, these will be done. I'll send them to you. We'll be good. We argued for maybe a week and a half just in email, via email, just about. And so eventually, and it was funny you should say like, it didn't occur to me until that very last day that I was like, I don't have to take this. I was really, Julian will tell you, like I would be in bed at like 4 a.m. like, what am I gonna what am I gonna do? Like, how do I get, because it was such a small project, but she was taking so much of my mental
rent-free.
Rent-free. Yeah, that stuff.
She was up here.
No.
You know,
that stuff gets in my head and it stays with me
and it stays there
until I can be done with it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you
and
wanna
people
be done
don't
with
realize that. That negativity,
it sits on you, you know? And so I was just, you know, so it was actually 4:00 in the morning. And I wrote her back and I said, hey, you know, I've been doing this, and that's pretty much when I just read her you know, her right. I'm like, I've been doing this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I made one mistake, and you know, and so I told her, I was like, this is how much you owe me for the illustrations that I've done. I'm gonna refund you everything else. We are done here. I was like, I'm giving you all of the rights to the pictures, everything. You just, I was like, I don't want to hear from you again.
Ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was so funny because, like I said, we've been arguing for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks on this. Immediately, I sent this email at 4 in the morning. At like 4:15 in the morning, she sends me the money via Cash App.
Are you serious?
Yes. She's like, okay, I saw this. She was like, I'm so, you know, she was like, I realized we're at an impasse, so I'm going to send you this money and da-da-da. And I'm like, so I refunded it back and I didn't say anything. I just refunded it back. And then maybe later at maybe 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, she was like, I respect your decision, even though I don't agree. You know, we're gonna, and that was the end of that. And then she actually ended up writing me in 2021. I think it was,
oh my God.
So I was living in her head at this point. So
no, I love that.
Right. I was like, oh, so
flip them tables.
That's
so
crazy.
In 2021, she wrote me and and she was like, hey, I have made several attempts to reach out to you, even if only in my mind.
What?
In my mind. And I was
What?
like, I feel like that's where a lot of our disconnect came from. Is you were doing a lot of stuff in your mind that you weren't communicating.
God. We were not having a conversation.
What?
This is crazy.
She says, I've made several attempts to reach out to you, if only in my mind. She had seen me like on the news or in some like Oakwood magazine or something like that. And she was like, so I saw you and I felt like that was the Lord telling me to reach out. And then she said, I have not been able to get another illustrator to finish this work, you know, the way. So I was wondering if you'd be willing.
No.
Oh no, that went unanswered. I was like, and actually I thought about it. I was like, Lord, do you? And it was like, no.
That was the Lord
She actually
testing
came
you.
back.
Like,
that was a test. She came back a year later.
the Lord will send he said, hey, devil, you can send her back to Janna again, okay?
And let me see if she learned
I
her lesson.
want to see if she learned it. Hey, devil, you know? Yeah, she's ready.
Because I will give people a second, third, fourth chance. If you consider
send that little devil back again, and let's see what happens. No, but that's listen. So as we get ready to land, what are some of the things that you have learned? Like, give us a couple of bullet points, some of the takeaways, because that was a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So
look,
my
I mean,
hair
you shared
done
some.
came down.
You shared some. You shared some of the red flags.
Yes.
All right, and I think that those are critical things that we want to watch for
Yes.
as we do our things, as we interact with clients who could potentially be a ClientZilla, right? Yeah. Thank you for helping me finish that because I was trying to figure it out in my head. But yeah, so we've already outlined some of the red flags. But in terms of now the project is done, what is at least one major takeaway?
Well, the first major takeaway was that I cannot do illustrating and be an executive director. I'd shut that down.
See,
Yeah.
That's a big one. You
Yeah.
gotta be vested and focused.
Yes,
Exactly, because I was like, they are both big jobs. They both require a lot of focus, a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do that. That was number one. But I also, one of the main things that I learned, but I continue to learn, and this process especially showed me that, is that it's important to look at every situation, even the ones where you're treated unfairly and things like that, and figure out where your power is in that situation. So it's like in everything that happens, you have some power, whether it's like this person is talking to me a certain way and I've said everything that I can to get them. What's your power here? You can walk away. You know?
Yeah.
So
wow, that's good.
and so that's what I was like, So I acknowledge I did not communicate with you that one time.
Right.
I gave you the wrong price at one time. You know what I mean? I have been respectful. I have been trying to do this. These are all things that are in my power.
Yes.
But I'm not getting the results that I need.
Yeah.
There are boundaries that are being crossed. And as long as I sit here and allow these boundaries to continue to be crossed, you will continue to cross those boundaries.
Yes.
So it's
Somebody
like,
needed to hear
listen,
that out
boundaries.
there.
Bring
Your
me back. We'll talk about boundaries.
Boundaries.
We will bring you back for sure. And guys, she is a therapist. She knows what she's talking about.
Boundaries. Oh my God. I'm just blown away. That one right there. Boundaries.
Boundaries. That is the word. Yeah.
Setting client boundaries.
Yes.
Thank you for the. Yes. Excellent.
And I gotta say, I'm not a therapist, but I do have that passion for mental health. Yeah. But that was one thing. So when I realized, I was like, I'm doing everything in my power. The last thing that I have not played, the last card that I have is to walk away. I don't have to sit here and take this. I don't have to keep going back and forth.
That's heavy.
That is my last piece of power. And so I had to use that power.
Right.
And so that's really what it is. And in every single situation that I have been in since then, it's like, where is my power?
Yeah.
And that's when things go wrong. When I make mistakes, it's like, okay, you did this wrong. You won't do that again.
Right.
And that gives you power. So when things go wrong, you're like, oh, I mean, it went wrong, but I know it's not going to happen again because I have power.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So,
That's good.
Yo, somebody type power in the chat. I just want to see a bunch of powers going up the screen right now. Type power.
you have power.
That is dope.
Yes. You
Wow,
know, you are
have
not
power.
helpless out
I
here.
think that is my God, that might even be the title
I
for
know,
the episode.
that one,
You have power. I love that. I love that. Janna, we are absolutely going to have you come back.
I would love to.
We might have to do like a Incubators Couch alumni round table or something. Just set up a massive table and just.
And we all just talk and chat.
Yeah.
That would be really
Okay,
cool.
that would be dope.
We're gonna do that.
No.
We're gonna do it. Yeah.
One last thing, but before we go, and listen, family, it's a lightning, it's a lightning rod, right? We're trying to drink from a fire hose here. There's just so much information that we're trying to get, but I do want you to be able to plug, you know, the where people can find tickets for this finale of the Love Hunt.
Yes. Okay. So, did we talk about what the Love Hunt was?
Yes, we did.
Okay, we did at the very beginning.
We did.
Okay. So you can find tickets for Love Hunt Live, which is the block party on May 27th from 6 to 10. Sorry, at Campus 805.
That's right.
And you can find tickets at rmbvibeslive.com.
Right.
Yes.
So you go on there, go to their events, get the tickets. I believe they're 45.
Yes,
to 55.
45. Yeah.
Yes.
And the finale.
Yes. So that's Love Hunt Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're gonna have Dear Silas.
Come on.
Dear Silas is gonna be there. Absolutely dope.
And I love the song because we not stressing today.
Listen.
Come on, that might
I
have
was
to be
like-
an Incubators Couch joint. Right?
I know.
Stressing today. I'm like, if ever there was a title for the Love Hunt, I ain't stressing today. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Yes.
I love that.
I love it.
Fam, the link is on the screen as well. We're going to have our moderators put it in the chat. It'll also be in the description. If you're in the greater Huntsville area, we'd love for you to come check it out. Can we do some clap emojis and some mind-blowing joints in the chat for our guest today? My gosh.
Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being
so
with
much
us
for
today.
having me.
Absolutely.
My goodness. My blood pressure went up. We watching that.
My goodness.
Wow.
Look. Julian is in the chat. He says that the rmbvibeslive.com have been covered. So yeah.
Wow.
But listen.
Awesome.
Wow. Kerwin says I felt the pain. Brian Clark, man. Let me tell you, Brian Clark, I was dying.
Yeah,
Your
you had
comments
us
gave me
cracking up.
life today. Danita, I was actually wondering. I was like, I haven't seen Danita comment. So when she finally commented, she was like, this is a lot.
It was a lot.
This is a lot.
My goodness.
I can't remember the person that commented, but you
said what?
The one that was saying this mirrors. She's illustrating a children's book.
Deborah?
Is it Deborah? I'm just, you never can tell who these things are for. You never can tell who these stores are for, who this experience is for, how it's being curated and how it's putting together.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Kerwin, you felt the pain. We all felt the pain. My pearls were clutched.
The entire time. Like, it was painful, man, to hear what she went through. Like, oh, my blood was boiling.
But I love where she landed.
Yes, definitely.
And I purposefully said, let me not try to, say much more at that point, because I felt like we would have gone on for another hour. But yo, where is your power? Wow. Yes. What a concept.
And you have power, man.
You
can walk
power.
away. You should not sit there and take it.
No.
You can walk away.
And I think that is in business. You just, I cannot say that enough, fam. You don't just be so desperate. And I've been there. I'm not saying something that you're so desperate. You're like, yeah, it's not really what I should do. It's not really the way I illustrate. It's not really, but I need that money though. So I'm going to deal with the nonsense so that I can get this money. And that's,
no, it's not worth it. It's not worth your mental health.
No, not worth it. Yeah, no joke. Gotta set those boundaries. Brian Clark, absolutely correct. Yeah. This show is letting us see what we look for from the outside.
Yes.
No. That's absolutely good,
that's
Danita.
So true, yeah.
That's really good. It's amazing how much we take before we realize we're being abused. Wow. That's real.
True.
That's real. I just, man, Janna, I know she's watching. She just sent a text while we were watching the interview. And Janna, we just can't thank you enough for coming through and sharing that, man. Absolutely phenomenal. What a powerful story. Yeah. Got to make sure to mentally set those red flags up so we can respond. Don't be like past me and ignore the red flags.
Yes.
Brian Clark, man, we thank you so much for your comments tonight, man. I think, this is the point of Incubators Couch.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you get a takeaway that is tangible. Something where you can be like, yo, remember that episode of Incubators Couch where they talked about that? I feel like I'm reliving that story right now. And we're so excited that we can have this experience together. We want to make sure you guys get a chance to take the journey with us. So if you were watching on whatever platform you're watching right now, hit the link that's right here, right below me, iCouch.live/YT. That's going to bring you right to the Composition YouTube page. Or you can go to iCouch.show. iCouch.show.
And
SHOW.
check out that's
check
our
out the
website.
page there.
Yeah.
That's a show page. That's got everything on there. It's got the latest show, but also some of the other previous episodes. If you're just coming through right now, you can definitely check out some of the previous episodes as well.
Definitely.
JP says, listen to your anger. It's telling you when a boundary is being crossed and when you need to use your power.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I believe that is Janna, by the way. Janna Petersen.
Yes.
I believe that's Janna. So thank you for having me, she says. Yes, absolutely. Eric is here saying hi from Paris. Michael Flemings is giving us the thumbs up. Dorian Stewart says mercy. No, this was one of those episodes that we will refer back to. Especially when you see situations and scenarios where people are not utilizing their power. They don't recognize that they have power in these situations. Yeah. So, man, this is good. This is good. Good.
And Danita is also saying, I also love that even though Janna made a mistake, she showed us it doesn't give people license to continue to cross those boundaries.
Oh,
that is true. That's true, man.
Because sometimes you feel like, well, I messed it up, so I'm kind of happy. I kind of need to take whatever I get.
No.
Yeah, no. That's not the case. That's not the case. But fam, listen, we are not gonna belabor.
Yeah.
Listen, we have who's next on the couch?
We've got a couple choices that we are not sure yet.
No. We know exactly. I just can't remember.
Is it Rachel?
No, not Rachel. The one before.
Charrose?
No, not Charrose. The one we just did. It's Richard Harden. Richard Harden is next on the couch. Now, what I want to say here is next Monday is a holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Next Monday is Memorial Day. Yes, Deborah says, amen, Danita. Next Monday is a holiday. I don't know if one of my moderators can help me.
Yeah, help us out, moderators, right here, for real, because I'm about to jump on there real quick. Hold up.
Get rid of this person in the chat right here. Yes. Danita says, Chef. Yes, Chef Harden is our guest in our next episode, but our next episode is not this coming Monday because next Monday is Memorial Day.
Yes, it is.
And Memorial Day is, of course, a holiday. So we are taking a break. This is episode 4 today. We did us. We had Monica. Then we have Paul Nixon, and tonight we've had Janna.
Yep.
And this has been absolutely phenomenal. Laura Williams, thank you so much. Yeah. Brian Clark says, get on the couch.
Get on the couch, y'all.
I love it. So, man,
trying to moderate.
Yeah, we're trying to clear up some things there. But that is the beautiful thing about this space that we've created. We will be able to hear these kinds of messages. We'll hear these stories, but we will also be able to learn stuff for our own businesses, sharpen our own tools, and get some things going for ourselves. Thank you so much, Gary. But get some things going for ourselves as well. Where is your power? The title of the show was, oh my goodness. Let me make sure I know the actual. I want to read it the way that we typed it. As a business owner and entrepreneur, do clients really have all the power? And the answer is no, they don't. You have power in any situation you find yourself in as a business owner, entrepreneur, solopreneur, as a service provider. You have power. And because you have power, you need to understand where you can use that, how you can take advantage of it, how you can set your boundaries, right? Create your systems and require that people use those systems when they engage with you so that you can actually keep everything right where it needs to be. In business, that is a hard lesson to learn. We get hungry. We recognize there's a lot of month left, not enough money, but we definitely don't want to do anything that's outside of what we want to do at the detriment of our mental health. So that's most of it for tonight. That's it right there for us. If someone has all the power, that's tyranny, not a relationship. That's so true. Exactly. Awesome lesson. Give me my power. Give me my power. No, they don't. Deborah says no. That's awesome. Fam, we're gonna lay it down for tonight. Yeah. Make sure you check us out first Monday in June for the next episode of Incubators Couch.
Mondays at 7 p.m. CST. See you
Incubators
guys.
Couch is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and small businesses, just like you. Later, fam.